how are you dealing with employees that will never step foot in the office and some of those challenges and what you might have looked towards solutions?
Yeah. So years ago, we responded to a lot of employee feedback about saying, in our business of always-on communications consultation to clients, we don't work a traditional workday, right? Similar to a lot of professional services firms. Our clients want to access us on the weekends, after hours, when I'm with my kids, on the soccer pitch, et cetera. And I'm willing to do that because I value client service and I got into this business. But if I have to do that, why am I coming into the office 8:30 to 5:30 in addition to being accessible on all these other times? So we really worked years ago to say, we trust you as an adult. You know what your goals are, you understand your clients' needs, we want you to service them, and we also want you to have a rich life outside of work. So you work with your manager and your client and set the hours and the schedule, and importantly, the work location that works best for you. And it worked really well. We have a lot of folks who were working on site with clients, traveling, at airports, at train stations, the whole thing. So in addition to that, we're a global agency, and we saw that while years and years ago, and this may be true for you too, we had regional or local clients who really demanded and expected a degree of in-market access. So a Chicago-based client saying, I want my whole team in Chicago. That really migrated several years ago, and we started saying to clients, we want to offer you the best team we can wherever they sit. And we can lean into our technology platforms to help that experience be seamless for you, and of course, we'll continue to service you on site whenever you need. So we were working well in that distributed, very flexible, pretty hybrid model back at the time, even though we weren't calling it that. So the pandemic hit, it wasn't a big lift for us to immediately migrate our entire workforce 100% virtual. We were really well versed in our platform use. For us, it's primarily Microsoft Teams. Our folks were mostly using it for video conference. We really started to educate and lean into synchronous and asynchronous collaboration and work product development for collaboration, creativity, communication, and connection. All that was going great because we are a relationship culture and everybody really knew each other. Enter the remote new hire. And so part of our tech really helped that. We got them all of the access to the tools they needed on day one, ideally, lots of video, lots of high-touch human interaction as part of the onboarding process. That's great. But when they hung up the phone or hung up that Teams call, they're alone in their kitchen or alone in their home. And so what we really miss are those moments of serendipity. You leave your orientation meeting and you say to someone in the hall, what time do we do lunch here? How do we take breaks? Hey, where do I access this particular piece of information? Outside of planned interaction and onboarding, some of our new hires, especially those who might be more new professionals, deep introverts, folks who maybe were non-native English speakers in a primarily English-speaking environment, hesitated to be proactive and reach out. So we're really trying to put more mechanisms in place for more human connection as part of that onboarding process. How do we replicate some of those meaningful moments of in-person connection now that in many of our markets it is safe to co-locate again? So saying you don't have to come in all the time, but let's make sure you have those moments where you can forge those relationships, even if it's not with folks on your immediate team, but just other humans in our agency, to transmit things like culture, et cetera.